Tuning into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey everybody, and welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. This is the after show for Chasing Life. This is episode 12 next April. Welcome everybody to the show. Yay! Welcome back. I'm your host Heather Joy Smith, and with me tonight is...
Hi guys, I'm Kristin Strange.
Hey, Heather Cruz here.
Hey, it's Chelsea.
And we have a very special guest over here on the couch, Miss Italia Ricci. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So tonight's episode, we came back from our little 3-4 week break that we had.
Good, finally.
Finally, right? I mean, I couldn't take it any longer. We had to know what happened to Leo after the cliffhanger. It
was so hard to keep it a secret. People just kept
I
asking.
bet.
I was like, you'll find out what happened. Like my family was just, they were so mad that I wouldn't tell them.
You wouldn't even tell them, huh?
I wasn't concerned.
Well then, well.
I wasn't concerned because I knew he would make it through. Like I have that much invested that I
You're
knew.
just a very loyal Leo supporter.
I am, so I knew it was going to happen. So I was like, I'm not concerned. He's going to live.
I was surprised that not many people went on IMDb to see how many episodes.
Right?
I was like, guys, you can figure this out.
Find it.
You could, but like,
It could be flashbacks or stuff.
Yeah,
You
we talked about it being
know.
flashbacks.
Oh, well.
We'll see.
You know now.
The secret is out.
The secret is out. We know that he lived.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. And big night for April as well. She went back to work after 4 months off. So, I mean, that's very April of her to get right back into things.
The day of.
The day after. Yeah, what is it? The day she was cleared, the day she went back to work. So, props to her. Michelle and I were talking while we were watching. I was like, if I had 4 months off to just watch TV, I don't think I'd go right back to work after.
Oh, I would.
I think I would too, absolutely. Especially with everything that April had to go through.
Yeah.
I have like 3 days off and I want to go back to work. I don't know how people...
I mean, I'll take a week. I mean, give me 7 days. But.
So her first interview that she had to do didn't exactly go as planned, and I guess chemo brain got the best of her, and she forgot to hit record on an interview, and things didn't really go as well as she wanted.
I was so surprised that Raquel stuck up for her.
I was too.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked that. She's less of a...
B-word.
Yeah, than she was
That's
before.
okay. I think we've called her a bitch on the show, so you can say that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It was like, oh, she has a nice side? Finally.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
think it was so much of her being nice. I think she was still belittling April for forgetting to press record. But at the same time, like, I guess it was her way of being nice.
Yeah.
And she still had a point too.
Yeah.
I mean, it is an overdone story, and so I feel like if there was like if this was a really big story, she probably wouldn't have stuck up for her.
Yeah.
Raquel doesn't do that kind of thing.
True, but I have a feeling they have a new boss, and he is just kind of like into himself, doesn't care about any of the
Whatever.
employees, and I kind of feel like Raquel feels like he's ignoring her almost, and she was kind of like the one in charge, before. And now she's had to take a step back because he doesn't want to, like, even notice her. And so maybe she is, like, trying to, like, get out and...
Back in there.
Yeah, get back in there and just make her voice known, like, no, this is how it should be.
Well,
I'm
it just
right.
seems like she has a lot of resentment towards him. Like,
Yeah.
she was the one gunning for that job, but she didn't get it.
Exactly.
That's what it seems like.
That's true. I didn't even think about her not getting that job.
So
She was
any
very
chance?
hostile during the meeting.
Yeah.
She's a hostile person in
Okay,
general.
yes.
I mean, the meeting had nothing to do with it.
She's probably like the nicest person in real life.
She totally is. I
always like that.
I ran into her at Trader Joe's like 2 nights ago, and I was like, I miss you so much. And my fiance was like, who was that? And I was like, that's Raquel. And he's like, the bitch? Yeah. And he's like, no way, she's so cool. I'm like, Yep, I know. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, that's
of
how you
course.
know you guys are good actors.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, I don't really. I mean, I'm pretty much exactly like April. Almost exactly. Like, I would go right back to work, too. I think during that episode that you guys saw last night was a scene, and it was just in the morning. I think it was the one where we're outside and I'm holding an umbrella, and one of our executive producers tweeted it last night. They're like, ask Italia about her medical emergency. Something happened that I had to be rushed to the ER, given a bunch of morphine and, like, treated, whatever, and then I was on set. I was supposed to be in the hospital for 2 days, and I was like, I'm going back to set. Like, just make the pain stop, and I've got another scene to shoot. And my showrunner's like, this isn't a football game. We're not going to, like, patch you up and throw you back in.
You don't have a stand-in, do you?
But the next morning, I was back on set, and they're like, you're crazy, but thank you.
Okay, so we're going to
my
ask
gosh.
you what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if it's going to be TMI, but, like, a cyst, an internal cyst exploded.
Oh, no
Oh my
fun,
gosh.
no fun.
Yeah. So during the scene, I was like holding my breath, trying not to collapse. It was pretty bad, but I got through it. They took care of me. And,
Wow.
Glad to see you're okay. My
So,
goodness.
I'm stubborn.
Talking about stubborn, another person I want to say on the show is Brenna.
Oh, gosh.
She will not give up Greer.
You've got to admire it, though.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah, she knows what she wants, and she's going to go after it.
Illegally.
Illegally,
exactly.
breaking into someone's house.
Yeah.
She's going to go for it. And I got to feel for her. You know, she really loves, you know, Greer. And Greer's parents, they don't even know her. They haven't really
Yeah.
given her the
They're
time.
awful.
They're awful
They are
people.
awful. I just don't understand, like, what, they're like 15, 16, 17 years old, like, sneaking off when you're on a school trip. Who hasn't done that before? That's
Exactly.
not that big of a deal. I mean, it's kind of
But
a big
to
deal,
Greer's parents, I can see how it would
but
be.
yeah, they're
Well, they're
Yes.
trying to raise the perfect kid, right?
Right.
And they're absent almost all of the time, so they think that, you know, as a parent, this is what you have to do if
Right.
they've done something wrong, and they don't know, you know, what Greer's really likes, and Brenna does, and I think it might be less about Brenna being so crazy about her and being stubborn and getting what she wants no matter what, more trying to save Greer from her hell at home.
That's very true. Also, didn't think about that, but yeah. So, I mean, Greer, when she broke up with her too, I kind of felt bad because Brenna was like, "Will you come to this event with me? It's a black tie affair. It's something you love, like, you know, charity. It's totally up her alley." And then she just kind of like, "Sorry."
She's being a good girl.
Peace out.
She's trying to do what her parents
Yeah.
said,
I know.
though.
She's
I
like,
mean,
it's about college.
Well,
College
she was
is
given,
important.
That's true.
She was given an ultimatum.
Yeah.
You do
Yeah.
this and we're not going to pay for college. What's she going to do? She's
Yeah.
a 16-year-old girl. She can't pay for college
Exactly.
herself.
True.
If I was
I get that.
if I was in Greer's position, I probably would have done the same thing.
Probably, too.
But
I
think
would have
so.
listened to my
It's
parents.
like, oh, I can be with Brenna after I graduate college. My parents have already footed the bill.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
We'll be together in
true.
6 years. Fine.
If it's true love.
Yeah.
Greer should
True
have
love
said
waits.
that. Greer's like, "I'll see you in 8 years."
Yeah, right?
Oh well, but
We haven't seen the last of that relationship,
Exactly.
I don't think.
there's no way.
No, you have not.
Oh,
I'm waiting for
You'll get to learn more about what's going on with Greer,
Good.
and
Oh.
what she's really dealing with.
Interesting.
There's a
That'll be interesting.
backstory. I like it. I like it.
Speaking of breakups, not only did Brenna get broken up with tonight, but I kind of felt like April got broken up with again.
That scene in the interview or in the
The,
elevator when the new
Yes,
girl
the
comes in.
new girl.
Awkward.
Awkward.
I wouldn't talk to Richie after that. The guy that plays
Really?
Dominic. We finished that scene, and I was like, "You're a fucking dick." Sorry, can I say that?
Yeah.
You just
Sorry.
They'll
did.
bleep it out.
Yeah, I was like, "Don't look at me." Like I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach, and everybody's like, "Hey, honey, you're taking a little too much." And then after the staircase scene, I was like, "Can I have a hug? I'm really sorry."
Aww.
It was just right in front of her. At least he could have been like, "We'll talk later."
Yeah.
Done. No, I'm excited for our meeting too.
Yeah, that was
Innuendo.
a really
Yeah.
dumb move. Well, on his part, it was really
Yeah.
that was mean.
That was just like over the top. Like you didn't have to go there. You were just digging your little like knife into her
Yeah.
back even more. And then in the staircase, like, come on, the girl has cancer.
And
I
we
get
were
it.
on a break. I feel like Ross and Friends.
Yes. You were on a break.
That's what I was gonna
Come
say.
on. on?
He goes, "You cheated on me," and I was like, "Wait, did I?"
Okay. But in his defense, because I like him, not that I don't like you or April, but I like Dominic. I mean, it was like one day into the break. Like,
But
Whatever,
would
break's
it
a
have
break.
been, what was he doing in Europe that he hasn't told us about?
but at least it would have been a couple days in between, I feel like. I don't know. I feel like my feelings might have been hurt too. I might not have taken it that far. I might have, stepped back after 4 months and forgiven all and maybe tried to get back into it. But I don't know. I feel for the guy, I guess.
I mean, I get it. I would have
Yeah.
been heartbroken too.
Yeah,
but you can't call
heartbroken.
it cheating.
No, it's
you
technically
can't.
not cheating. It's not, no. But my feelings
I
would
mean,
have
if
been
you're
hurt.
gonna be black and white about it, but yeah,
No,
I
it
mean,
wasn't.
even a day, a week, 6 months, you're gonna be hurt.
Of course, of course.
You know.
He needs to get over it.
He does.
Because I'm Team Dominic, and I feel like y'all are
You'll
destined
see
to
how
be
he
together.
deals with it.
Does he turn? No, I won't even ask.
Have we seen
Go
the
ahead,
last
ask. I'm really good at
Have we seen the
averting.
last of April and Dominic?
No.
Oh.
I have a feeling he's gonna turn like even more like sneaky, evil, kind of flirt in her face, kind of.
What he ends up doing is going to surprise everybody.
And then
Oh my
we'll be
God,
like,
he's gonna
Team
sleep with
Leo,
Beth
Team
or
Leo. Ew, no.
or mom.
Oh.
no.
Or grandma. Too much. Uncle George.
You know, Beth is kind of
Oh.
easy access since she's kind of with his roommate. And maybe like one day they break up and she's there. Like he stands
Beth
her
would
up.
do
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. They are
so
and then
such
she
good
has
friends.
a lot to drink. And
What?
I'm just like thinking of
Like
reasons that
rewrite.
she
Now all of a sudden it's Real Housewives of Chasing Life.
Maybe Raquel.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes.
That would be a slap in the face.
That would be the biggest slap in the face. Oh goodness.
She knows and she won't tell us she's taunting us.
Of course I know. April gets a boyfriend.
Oh.
A boyfriend.
A
A
boy.
boyfriend.
That's not a man that is one of her two love interests. I hope it's Leo.
I mean, after seeing the preview though for next episode,
It's not gonna be.
it
I
can't
know.
be Leo now.
I'm really upset about that. It's gonna take me a while to get over that.
When her and Danny hooked up.
Well, at least he's not dead.
I know
That's
that's
Okay,
true.
count your blessings
As
here.
long as he's on my TV, I'm happy.
I just feel like their relationship was there to save his life, and it's
No, move
I don't
on.
accept that.
I do.
This is
Everyone
awesome.
comes into each other's lives for a reason. Let me get all philosophical here. That was the reason. April needed to save Leo's life, and she did that. He's alive, and now she can go be promiscuous. I like it.
There you go. And Dad cheated on Mom,
Exactly.
so that I could have a half sister. That might be a match.
I think
Yeah.
she is.
Yeah. Speaking of that,
Natalie.
yeah, Natalie and her mom come to visit, and they're not very warm. Like
Her mom.
Her
Also,
mom
the
is the
nicest
mom.
people in real life. It's like bizarre.
I kind of feel like if you were the mistress and that is your daughter, and you're coming to meet your boyfriend's family, you should be a little bit more kind when you
I
get to
thought
their
she
house.
was kind, as
Yeah,
she could in that
I thought-
really weird
But I
situation.
feel like Natalie is such a brat in that
Yes.
scene, and it's like you have no right to be a brat.
Yes,
because
she does.
Natalie.
Yes, she does. She didn't get the dad.
Yeah.
True.
She
You know,
made
she
that-
Oh, yeah,
was
she
the
made that
secret
comment.
child
Yeah.
and
She made
sort
the-
of stashed away in Florida for her whole life, knowing about this family.
Yeah.
And so she's got all that resentment there, and then all of a sudden you need me, so you're gonna call
True.
us into your life. Like, look at your beautiful home. You guys had the perfect life. Like, don't don't use us anymore.
That's
so I get
true.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, I probably would have, all the resentment aside, I would have done what I could to save my half sister's life, even if I didn't know her, even if I hated the situation. Like, I would have done it.
I mean, I think she'll get there, but
Yeah.
it's not something that you go, oh,
Natalie-
I resent you. Now I'm gonna, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Natalie's about to wreak havoc on the Carver's world. You'll see.
Drama. I love it.
I thought her mom was very nice, though.
I did too.
I mean,
I
she
did
was
too.
reserved and with good reason, but I thought that she was very nice. She apologized for Natalie a lot.
Wait for
Brought the
next episode.
flowers. Oh, no.
Things
Claws?
turning.
Like goosebumps during the scene. Like I didn't want to look anybody in the eye. It was that intense. Yeah.
I just think, like, I don't know. I want to know if did she know when she slept with him that he had a wife and, like, a kid probably?
Yeah, well, we ever see like a backstory to that?
Like, did she know that he was married, or was it like, oh, I didn't know you were married, and then I accidentally slept with you, and then I kind of found out, and then I was already pregnant?
I think that he she did know he was married.
Okay, so then she should be nice because she's the bad person.
Oh, but he's not.
Oh, he is, but I mean,
But he's
we
dead.
can't do
But he's
anything about
Dead.
it now.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You can't do anything if the guy's dead. That's just mean. I'm sorry.
Yeah, way to be mean,
can't do
Heather.
He cheated, though. I mean,
There
what
was
do
a
you
lot
expect?
of wrong.
There was a lot of
You know
wrong.
what?
Yeah,
doing.
that's
Cheat
cheating,
life.
okay?
Yeah.
That is cheating.
They were
Yeah.
still together.
Being on a
Gray
break,
area.
yeah, talk about gray and black and white. Completely
Yeah.
different situations.
Totally different.
But I don't know. I have a feeling, obviously, because we know Natalie's going to be more involved in the next few episodes, that she's going to be a match. I can kind of already guess that.
I think that she'll
Have you been
struggle
able
with
to
it,
guess
though.
everything that's happened so far, though?
No.
Besides the whole Leo thing.
But who else could there be? We just don't know.
I feel like if she wasn't a match, they'd be like, get the heck out. Like,
We don't know,
leave town.
yet. We don't know yet.
True.
What if Natalie's mom is the match?
That would be
we're not related.
Yeah, but you
Well,
can you
you
still
could
be
still be
matched and
anonymous.
not be
Married
related?
someone
That's
else,
true.
right?
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, yeah. So it could be anyone. What if it's Beth, or what if it's Dominic, or his roommate?
Dominic.
Oh my God. Who is Dominic?
I don't even understand how that would come up. Like, Dominic, hey, can you get tested? Can you maybe
Well, I know
test
if they
cheat
have,
on
like,
you?
they bring swabs to work and have everybody volunteer to get
Oh,
tested
wow.
for
Yeah.
April.
That's nice.
That could happen.
She is throwing us off.
We're like going this way. She's like,
We
"Way
actually
over here."
did that, though, on set. We all got swabbed, and we're all part of the bone marrow registry.
wonderful.
You guys can go to bethematch.org and sign up. It's a good thing to do.
That is a really good thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So tell us about your shirt.
Since we're on the topic.
FFing Cancer. It's by Good Human, HYOUMAN, and they're a great organization, and all of their proceeds go to charity, and they're super comfy clothes, and they've all got all these catchy little sayings on them. I've got another one that says it's upside down, and it's like F being perfect, and it's just all really good stuff. And one that I have that says pets are people too, and they're just, I really dig their clothing, and you can find them. I actually found this at Kitson in the airport, and I was like, I live in it now. It's like got all these like holes and pulls, but I love it. So
Italia, could you show it one more time for the camera?
yeah, sure can.
It's very appropriate.
I know, right? And I'm like, I can never wear it because I'm afraid I'm gonna get in trouble because it's sort of, the F word.
Right.
And so I was like, AFTERBUZZ girls are like,
We like it. Absolutely.
Do you ever feel like you have to kind of like be a little bit more reserved because you're on ABC Family?
yes.
Yeah.
Has it been strange for you being someone who has cancer now and kind of being part of the cancer world and meeting people who have it? Has it
Yeah.
been strange kind of standing up for...
It feels okay now because I've been doing it for like a year. But at the beginning, I just felt like these people must think I'm just a total poser. Like, what am I doing? Pretending and then talking at events like I know what it's like to go through this, because I don't. And I'll never say that I know what it's like because I don't. But I'm going to use the power that I have to help. And I've had people come up to me and be like, I was really skeptical coming to this summit. Like I was at the Stupid Cancer OMG Summit in New York in September. And she was totally honest. She's like, I didn't know if I was going to like you because you're just an actor. What do you know about our lives and what we've gone through and our stories? And I heard you speak, and I did like a half-an-hour Q&A after a little speech. And then I stayed for photos, and this is when she told me, she's like, you really care, and that's hard to find, and I thank you, and you've changed, and I'm gonna go watch your show. And it was just, it's nice to see that people, I'm not just doing it for a photo opportunity or whatever. Like I feel genuinely bad that I get to come home and not go through what April's going through, so I want to help them any way that I can. I mean, that seems like the right thing to do. I can't imagine anybody who would be able to come home and be like, well, screw that, it's just a job. Like, we are literally shining a light onto a whole community that has been overlooked for so long, young adults with cancer. It's amazing, because when you think about cancer, you're thinking like little tiny kids with cancer, which is tragic, or you're thinking about older people with cancer, but you very rarely are thinking about the 20-year-olds, working at their jobs or crossing the street that could be dealing with this too.
Yeah, that's very true.
That was actually one of the things that I remembered about the episode, was because you see her kind of walk so slow everywhere. And I never really thought about that. Like, we take for granted, I can run if I want to. And I don't want to go to the gym because it's so exhausting. Yep. And then you're like, well, there's some people that don't have that chance to
Mm-hmm. Actually, I go to cardio bar a lot, and there's this.
Too.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one? Anyway, I went this morning with the girl who plays Mom on the show, Paige. Yeah, we have our little cardio bar dates, and sometimes Dr. Hamburg comes too.
Oh.
What was I saying? Oh, there was a woman in there who had just survived a young adult, and I was listening to her story, and I got super emotional, and I was just like sitting by the bar, and she was like in a group, and I was like, I'm really sorry, but your story is just so amazing, and she's such an inspiration, and she is there all the time working her buns off, and it's just like, if you can do it, I have no excuse not to get out of bed.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh man,
heavy
stuff. Or you see the like 8.5-month pregnant doing this, and I'm like, how are you doing bar thighs right now? Like, I am literally gonna keel over.
And they're always doing it better than me.
Exactly.
I'm like, you're gonna give birth in the studio, and I can't lift my leg up past my hip.
See, I'm really bad. I don't even know what a thigh keel? What?
A bar thigh. It's like you're like on the bar and you're like lifting.
And then you have to go. You have to do multiple reps of the way because you can't like once you start feeling the burn, then you have to do 30 more.
And you don't want to be that girl who's dropping her leg.
No, right? Of course not. Jeez,
this is some serious business at cardio bar.
It really is.
It's fun though. It really it does.
It flies by though.
I'm the one that's like eyes on the clock.
That's me too.
Is it cool down yet?
Whenever I take classes, I am that person. I'm like, it's only been 8 minutes.
Yeah, I can't stand those people that are like, oh yeah, I love working out all the time. It's like and I'm like, I can't do that. It's like I'll go to the gym and like walk on the treadmill for 6 minutes and then like feel my back, and if it's even just clammy, I'm like, I worked out, I did it, I'm going home. Oh, I did it.
I love the last 5 minutes of class when we're sitting down. That's
you're just like laying there. It's so good. So good.
But that's something that I didn't think about when what you were saying too was like when she confronts Dominic in the stairs, she's like, I've got to build my strength, and she might have been just joking, but that's so true. Like she's been laying in bed for 4 months. That is crazy, just being sick all the time. Like, you don't think about that kind of stuff.
And even Danny, like, teasing her about walking up the stairs so slow, and,
He's been a good friend.
He's been a great friend to her. Yeah.
Finally, because he was a little bit...
He always meant well. It was just their sort of, that was how they got along. It was just sort of poking each other.
I love though when he was like, "Oh yeah, I slept with Raquel." just kidding.
I was so excited.
I was like, "Yeah, good job."
But no.
Maybe one day in his dreams. But Leo tonight, we got to see like Leo wake up.
Yeah, that's so good.
So good. And I love the fact that like as soon as he did wake up, he had his little
attitude.
Yeah.
He was the same person.
He was, and joking, like, who is Leo? Like, I start crying. I'm like, oh my God, this is so funny.
I actually believed him for a second. I thought he didn't remember who he was. I was like, are you kidding me? I didn't remember who he is.
But there's that.
That would have been like just a highway to soap opera land.
Right.
Wait, who am I? Where am I? I don't recognize you.
Just a little while you were sleeping.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he's awake, and I'm glad, he's got his spirit back.
I'm glad he decided to do the surgery to begin with.
I am. But I don't like where this is headed in the previews at all. Like, I can't deal with him being such a punk again. We got through the punk stage. We got to the nice Leo stage. He can't go back.
You're going to understand why he's saying what he's saying in the preview.
Okay.
That's, when he was a punk, you were like, I don't like him, I don't like him.
Yes, I didn't like him at all like that. And now that he's going back...
I liked him as a punk.
Bad boy.
You like the bad.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Well, all the bad boys are cute. Have you ever seen like an ugly bad boy? They're all sexy.
I don't know.
That's true.
I guess that's a good point.
But he's been like a bad boy with a heart of gold, so it's like
it's true. He means well.
He's Robin Hood.
You gotta give him props for that.
Before we get into some Twitter questions, let's get into our predictions for next episode.
Ooh.
Go nuts.
And now,
I don't even know.
AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
Michelle, do you want to go first?
I'm always the first one. Okay. So I'm going to go off what Italia said about Natalie, but I'm also thinking that Olivia, her mom, is going to also like wreak havoc. Like she's going to do something crazy or She.
Wait, it's not your turn.
Okay.
She's going to I don't know, just play this person that's kind of stringing them along, and then at the end she's gonna be like, no, you know what? We don't want to do it, and we're just gonna go back home. And I think that's what's gonna happen between them. Even though we didn't see anything in the preview.
Oh yeah, she is a match, but they're not gonna refuse.
Yeah. Well,
that is a horrible thing to do.
Well, when she was at the door bringing peonies, she had this weird look on her face. She was like, well, are you gonna ask me to come in?
That was so awkward.
Okay.
It's an awkward situation for
Well,
everyone.
It is a really
It
awkward
is.
situation.
But she was gathering her thoughts. You're bringing me flowers, and she needs to think about that for a second. It's weird. But yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen.
All right, I am gonna go off on April's love life. I don't know if this is a prediction or a hope, but I think that her and Dominic are gonna have a thing again. And just so she can tell, because she feels bad for what happened. And I think that they're gonna at least get together, maybe not this episode, but at least get together for a hot minute to realize, yes, I do have feelings, but probably we don't have feelings because this new guy is coming. There's gonna be love triangles, hexagons. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Off of that, what if Natalie's mom sleeps with George?
Oh, sugar snap!
You know, different route.
Way to recap.
Wait a minute.
That is cheating.
I mean, talk about keeping it all in the family with this family. I mean,
Or Natalie could. Who knows? I mean,
I don't think George would do that.
I don't think he would either,
though.
but who knows? Maybe there's a side of George we haven't seen. Also, I do think that there's going to be a new guy. I don't think it's going to be Dominic. I don't think it's going to be Leo yet. I think there's going to be someone brand new. Yet. In the end.
In the end,
Oh.
it's going to happen.
But not anytime soon. We've got some more drama.
Yeah.
It's gonna be drama.
I think that, like what you said, I think Dominic and April are going to hook up
Yep.
one time.
Yep.
It's going to be done because they're going to realize, no, we can't do this. She's going to realize that Leo's being a jerk again, and she's not going to deal with that anymore. She's going to find a new guy. And I'm going to have a feeling that Grandma is not going to be accepting of George and Sarah's relationship at all.
Oh, yeah. I forgot
And
that she walked in on that.
Yeah, and I feel like that's going to cause, a big rift in the family, which could lead George to Olivia.
Oh, that would be good.
Then we'd
I mean, not good for them, but, for me watching.
Yeah, and I agree with Michelle. I think that Natalie's going to be a match, but I think she's going to refuse actually giving her bone marrow.
That's a
just
trick.
for
That's
being
one
selfish.
ticket
Bone
straight
marrow
to.
giving it is it's
hard.
serious, right?
Well, if you're a full match, it's just like taking blood.
Oh, okay.
But if you're only a half match, you have to go in through the
And it's
biopsy.
really hard to
It's like a 6-hour process.
When I had the episode where April had to get her bone marrow biopsy, I watched a video of somebody getting one, and it was just
Yeah, it's hard to watch.
I spoke with people who have had them, and it was just it's the most painful thing.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Wow. And that's what
I've
her
heard.
mom would have to do because she's a half match, right?
Oh, she's such a
Jeez.
good mom.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into some Twitter questions. We asked our Twitter group to Twitterverse to ask us some questions. So we got a bunch here for you. So fire away. At Nicole Palmer 523 asks, what has been your favorite part of being on the show, and what has been the hardest?
The hardest is what I was talking about before. Is when I take off the bald cap and have hair again, and I just feel so bad for the people who can't do that. And my favorite are all the people that I've gotten to meet, both on the show with my cast and the crew, and off the show with all the charities. It's I feel guilty that I wasn't doing all of this before, and it took so much to get me there, but I'm so glad that I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
The Demi fan 13 wants to know, what was it like to do those really emotional scenes?
Really emotional.
Great answer.
Yeah, I have a cry playlist on my phone, and so I'll just sort of sit in the corner in my chair, and everybody sort of knows not to come up with pizza or whatever. But yeah, and I'll just get to the place when you're about to lose it, and then I'll be like, okay, all right, let's go. And then they'll be like, cut, moving on to the next scene. I'm like, I'm not finished crying. So most of my drives home, I'm just like,
Okay. Well, this is from two separate people, but they're kind of similar.
Okay.
So it's from Inspired by Italia and Ash Benzo XOXO. But does it ever get hard or depressing for you to constantly have to do emotional scenes? And what's the saddest emotional scene you filmed this second part of this first season?
I can't tell you.
Oh.
But it is definitely the most emotional you have ever seen April.
Oh,
And I mean, you see a bit of it in the season preview.
Mm-hmm.
And that one, actually, they did have pizza, and I was crying because I wanted it so bad. What was it? How does it affect me?
Does it?
I cry a lot. I literally cry. It's hard. Yeah, I cry in my car almost every day that I have an emotional scene on the way home because I have to let it out. You know, if I just like stop and move on, it's gonna get like pushed away and come out like, you know, Robbie leaving a towel on the floor and I'll just lose it or something. That's not fair.
Well, this question kind of stems off of those. This is from Kara Souderts S. And what do you think about when you have to do a very emotional scene? Like, what place do you go in?
I feel bad for April. You know, when she's crying, it's situations that would make anybody cry if they were in. And I think that I'm just so connected to her at this point that even reading the script, in table reads, you're not supposed to go like 100%. And I'll read them and there's tears on my script. And I'm like, I'm really sorry. Like, I'm a mess. But it's good because now I barely cry in real life. I'm like, don't even.
This one is from @Olicity4Life. Will Robbie Amell ever be on your show, or would you like to be on Flash Arrow?
Yes, and sure, and yes. I would love. Last night at live tweeting, I was trying to pitch Robbie for something like the new hot nurse or something, male nurse at the hospital. Yeah, I'd love to be on Flash or Arrow. I don't really know if I'll have any time to, but I think that would be fun.
I think people
keep it in the family.
Yeah, people must have really wanted you in that because the next question I got was from XOXO Corrine, and she goes, if you could cast yourself in Flash Arrow, who would you want to play?
I was talking to Emily, who plays Felicity on Arrow, last week, and I was pitching to Greg Berlanti, the creator of the show, that I want to come back as her like wild mess of a college roommate who's actually brilliant, but she's like a total like loose cannon. I was like, that'd be so fun.
That would be
really
really
like
fun.
a wild child girl, you know.
Totally different role from April.
Yeah, I don't know if that character exists in the comic book though, but
You can just make it up.
For you.
just for one episode, let me go crazy.
Okay, this one is also inspired by Italia. It's what was the makeup process like for filming the last episode of season 1A?
The wigs didn't take that long because once I had the cap on, it was just, throw the wigs on and then switch the makeup up a little. Mm-hmm. The bald cap took 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, and getting it off takes about an hour because it's so glued on. And I actually have I have pictures of the whole process. I guess you've seen it now, so I may as well. I'll post those for you guys.
What did you do, like while you were getting it put on?
Well, when
for 3
it
hours?
first goes on, it's they slick your hair back down and like mold it to your neck, and then it's like a balloon almost, and it covers you. Mm-hmm. It goes all the way down, so you can't see for the first like 40 minutes. And then they've got to like put the glue in, and then they dissolve it, and then they paint it, and then they airbrush it, and then they put the makeup on it, and then they blend it, and then it's a whole thing.
God.
And
Oh my goodness.
and you can't really move. And while you're wearing it, you can't really move either, or you'll get all these creases, and you're in it all day. It's like you have a stiff neck, and you're like, I can't complain. I still have hair at the end of the day. But I just sit there and drink coffee and sing Michael Bolton.
I love it.
How many times did you have to put that on? How many days of filming?
4, I think. Yeah,
Wow.
It was crazy. The first time was nuts. And I offered to shave my head on camera for the show. Mm-hmm. But we can't because we shoot out of order. So all the scenes that are outside in Boston, we actually film in Boston, but we do that once every 10 episodes, so we have to go back and, so it just wouldn't have worked, especially now that her hair's starting to grow in.
Back.
So those are like 5 sets of wigs that I have that are different stages, so it would have been impossible for it to be my hair, but I would have done it and would have saved some time in the makeup chair.
Wow. All right, this one is from @NotaPlease. What do you like doing between your shoots and in your trailer, which is pretty much what we were just talking about?
Like between takes?
Yeah.
Eat. The food on set
Pizza.
is awesome. Oh yeah,
Pizza.
and our great craft service people have a box of Hot Pockets, especially for me, in the secret freezer. So I go to those, or I'll go to my trailer. But we like to shop a lot. If it's a scene with all the girls, like the family scenes, all of us have like our iPads or our things, and we're all in the chair. What do you got? What do you got? We're all shopping, and yeah, I mean, whatever. I play euchre with Scott, who plays Leo. We just hang out. We all really truly enjoy each other.
I love that. At Should Get Fan 2011. I probably just butchered that name so bad. They want to know, what is the funniest moment that you guys had on set with each other?
Oh gosh, probably something involving Ricci, who plays Dominic, because he just can never be serious, and it's actually, hopefully, ABC family over there. So that you can hear. We have a blooper reel from the first 13 episodes.
You know what? I was thinking about looking for one. I was wondering if there's one on YouTube.
I'm hoping it was for the wrap party when we wrapped 13. So it'll actually be after episode 14 that you guys see, because we did the Christmas episode at the end. Hopefully we'll be able to throw that on YouTube. I know there's some expletives in there, but I think the fans would love to see that. And
I would.
I love bloopers, especially such a serious show. Getting to and scenes that you've already watched, being like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. How many times they had to do that because they can't take themselves seriously. So you'll see a lot of that.
ABC family, we're looking at you.
Do it.
Host it.
All right, this one is from Hannah Scott, who's the biggest prankster on set.
Ricci.
Nice.
Totally.
Hey, it's Mari wants to know, how do you feel that knowing that you have fans all around the world?
I don't believe it. I still feel like only my mom watches the show. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you got at least us.
Well, I appreciate it. I know everybody's watching it that reaches out, and it's awesome, but it's still so unbelievable. Like, I giggle randomly sometimes. I'm like, how is this my life? What am I doing here? I appreciate it. I can't wait to go around the world and meet everybody. I mean, I still, like, when people are like, are you the girl from Chasing Life? I was like, is somebody paying you to ask me this?
Like, Mom, where are you?
Yeah.
Do you get noticed out in public a lot then?
Sometimes, but mostly if I'm with Robbie, they'll recognize him, and then I'll be like, do you want me to take a picture? And they'll be like, oh! And I'm like, oh, yeah. That actually just happened. It was the best one at the Grove, and it happened just like that, and Robbie and I just fell to the floor laughing. Like, can I take a picture with both of you?
That's awesome.
It was great.
At Alejand2670. Did I?
Some numbers.
It's like a substitute teacher trying to read the attendance.
This you know who you are. What projects do you have after Chasing Life?
Hopefully nothing ever, because this is going to go on for 100 seasons.
Yes.
I'm shooting I'm shooting a short next week with Scott called Must Feed in Water, which is a story about a little love monster, and it's a little puppet that we have, and you can go to mustfeedinwater.com and see the little preview for it. And then on the 27th, a DVD called The Remaining comes out, and that is a Sony thriller about a group of friends trying to survive the end of the world, but it's 100% biblically accurate. So if the world were to end according to the Bible, this is what it would look like. And it's got Alexa Vega in it, Sean Sippos, Brian Deckhart, Johnny Picard, who's also on ABC Family's on Make It or Break It.
Nice. At Moose VD wants to know, what is your favorite song at the moment, and can you sing a line for us?
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, that was my thought too.
That just changed the song.
Michael Bolton, is that what you?
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, are we gonna get a Michael Bolton song?
Oh my god, I do love Michael. There's something about Michael Bolton that just makes me so happy. Oh gosh, I don't. Oh god, I'm such a terrible singer. It's the what song I can't get enough of really is the I Lived by One Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with every broken bone, I swear. That's all you get from me.
I know this song.
Hey, to make up for it, you're gonna get to see April drunkenly karaoke this season.
Oh, love it.
That's gonna be fun.
Maybe that's
And
where
they
the
turned
question
off
came
the
from.
sound in the recording in the ADR, and they're like, just sing as loud as you can, and they just put the music on with the lyrics. So I was like trying to sing with the song, and when I heard it back on set, everybody, the cameramen, everybody was like, oh my god. They were like howling, and I was just like, oh.
Did you at least get to pick the song?
No.
Oh no.
Can you tell us what the song is?
What's the song? I'm thinking of the other karaoke song I did in another show. What About Me Says Bad Karaoke. What was the song? It's keep talking, it'll come to me.
At 2223 Flores wants to know, will Leo and April have a relationship on the show? Will he push her away or be closer?
I can't answer
That sounds like a lot of information.
Spoiler alert.
Well, he's going to push her away.
Oh, okay. It seems like he does
would
already.
not do
Yeah,
that,
I mean,
yeah.
you guys aren't idiots. You've seen the preview.
Yeah.
I think it's just meant there to be like this friend that she can lean on because he's been there for her.
And in the original, guys, in the original show, Leo died a long time ago.
There was an original show?
Yeah, it was called Terminalis, and it was a telenovela.
Oh.
Well, at least he didn't die.
We are
right?
glad he's still alive in this show.
We like him.
Is that all the questions you guys have?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
This was so
Yes,
fun.
this was so
Yeah,
much
let's
fun.
do it again.
Yes.
Please.
Yes. So let everybody know where they can find you on social media, Michelle.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at _MichelleFee.
And you can find me on Twitter at Heather_Cruz.
You can find me on Twitter at Kristin Strange and on Instagram at Kristin Aubrey Strange.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Heather Joy Smith. And where can they find you at?
Twitter and Instagram and Facebook at Italia Ricci.
All right.
And I'll think of that song and post it, I swear. I can't remember.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you guys all for tuning in. We will see you guys here next week, same time, same place. Have a good week.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.